All right, Mike Helfers with that'sgoodenougghforme.com, my Who's Zooming Who series. I'm joined today with 5/8, I believe, of Mickey Rickshaw. How's everybody doing?
Hey,
good and thank you.
Doing great.
Great. I'm going to get started with what everybody's kind of doing during the pandemic. Jake, I'll start with you because I put on one of your fiddle videos. You went Facebook Live. I watched for a little while. My daughter took my phone and said, "No." But I know that you've been going live doing some fiddle things. How's that been going?
Wait. Back up. Your daughter, were you watching me play fiddle when your daughter took your phone and said no?
Correct. Well, my daughter was minding her own business trying to watch Frozen 2 for the 9th time that day.
Oh, yeah,
and then I had the audacity to start playing a fiddle video.
Yeah, and it's me too. So you fucked up.
Movie. So she got really angry and took my phone away.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, same.
They tell me no at practice frequently. Yeah, I mean, I did that a few times. Just make a little extra money because I'm out of work currently. But other than that, a lot of sitting down, a lot of Call of Duty with these guys. Nothing really eventful. I did switch from sweatpants to my springtime, just thin sweatpants. So that was a big thing I did yesterday.
I also just want to say that me being Jake, I've been cooking a lot. I've been putting all of the Reese's Cups bars. I've been putting them in the oven and mixing them up with Cheez-Its. So that's my new thing. I didn't get out of the frame. I was in the frame the whole time, and I wanted you to convincingly think I was Jake. Anyway, sorry. Go back to what you're doing.
No, I'm happy that you're updating your garments though. Like my wife hasn't worn a bra in like 3 months, and she's like liberating herself as a female. Whereas I'm like so bored that I've been dressing nicer than I normally do, and trying to actually think about fashion. I mean, obviously,
You should wear the bras that she's not wearing. You should start wearing the bras that she's not using them, so they're.
My tits are too big for them, dude.
No, you got to wear them around your knees.
No, it's like these White Claws and things that everybody's drinking. It's like, oh, it's only like so many calories, and then I drink like 200 of them, and so I don't know. Yeah. I'm gaining. I can tell that I'm gaining weight, but
the math equals out. Just drink whiskey.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true.
That's for nighttime, not stay-at-home dadding time.
Yeah. No one likes whiskey.
Anytime I drink, it's kind of like a stay-at-home dad drinking, except the thing with me and my kid is neither of us know we exist. So.
We don't get them.
All right, Tom, I'm gonna do this clockwise. What are you up to, man?
Well, a whole lot of nothing. Also out of work. I've just been playing Call of Duty with these guys, sitting by a fire. I've been writing a lot of like music on my own. That's about it. Nothing, really? Not that fun. I do put on like regular pants during the day, which is good.
Overrated.
To make me feel like I'm doing something, something more than Jake is.
Overrated.
You can't be less than Jake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Fuck you.
Easter egg.
Fuck
yeah.
you. That sucks.
Jim, what are you doing?
So I knew you were going to ask this question. So I have a book of notes with points that I was going to address.
Wow. Prepared.
No, I was down out of work for about a month. We're back now. We're fucking screaming busy. So I work today, Saturday shift. Playing, dude, the 5 of us have been crushing Call of Duty, or however many there are.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we got that big dub.
We got the dub last night, dude.
Yeah, 1 a.m.
1 a.m. dub, dude.
Means win.
You should,
dub for W.
You should hit up Jarrett from Pears. He also was playing Call of Duty. He made it a point to mention that during his Zoom. So
I bet I'm better than him.
I believe it. He's offensively
I just
good
feel
at
like
game.
No, and I said this verbatim in my last Zoom with those guys. I feel like that game was like invented by the military to teach dudes that it's cool to be in the military.
No, it teaches dudes bad strategy that wouldn't work in real battle.
Yeah, running around screaming.
Jagging every kill.
All right, Dooley, your turn. What are you up to, man? Besides smoking the sweet Chiba.
Been smoking the Chiba, drinking the drink, smoking the smokes. I haven't been up to a whole lot. Kind of dabbling, playing bass every now and again. Playing a lot of video games. I'm a big video game guy, so that's been consuming pretty much 12 hours out of my day at least.
I don't have any idea what video games are. What are video games?
Video games are these movies that you can interact with. Oh, Secret of Mana. That's a good one.
Those are all SNES games right there, bro.
That's awesome. That's a nice selection you got there. I see the N64 ones below you. That's more my wheelhouse.
I'm excited because someday this is gonna fall under its own weight and crush me, and I'll be murdered by my own addiction.
The only way to go out.
Mike, obvious elephant in the room. You're playing the Rum Jacks as well. How has that been going? Have you been busy with both, or is everything on hold right now?
No, yeah. So basically, I don't know what I'm allowed to say about that, but
It's all out in the open now.
Yeah, I'm writing their new album with them. So we're writing a new album. So that's me doing staying up till 3 a.m. every night, just writing, coming up with different songs and demos. Then I send it to them, and they add their own things. So we've been kind of writing an album from 5 different countries, because everyone's in different countries right now. So that's been cool. Rickshaw has been. So we have a new song. We have a single that's going to be coming out soon. Mm-hmm. Not for a little bit though. We just did a run of merch. So Rickshaw's still going to be just as active. And then now, I'm sorry, this is kind of random. Are you familiar with the film Powder?
He's scared. No, the trailer to Powder scared me as a boy.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, it's actually one of my favorite films. And, what I really like about it is it's kind of a tale that. I mean, it's a 1995 American. I would call it a fantasy drama film, and that was directed by Victor Salva. And
are you just on the Wikipedia page right now?
Jeremy Powder Reed, plot, cast, music, reception, controversy. No, I'm not reading the Wikipedia page. All right, sorry.
Hey, side note though. Side note here, so you guys play Celtic punk rock. I play in a smaller Celtic punk rock band. We have all talked to fans of our bands that look exactly like the guy that you just made in the background. Absolutely. Hey, you guys are so fucking awesome, man. So I got my Confederate flag shirt.
So the thing about doing the Flogging Molly cruise is that everybody who looks like this is on a beach, and it's wicked funny.
That's true.
So
including Kyle.
Yeah, no, including our own. But I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, I much rather would prefer to be getting back to playing shows soon. But obviously, we gotta let that we gotta let that run its course.
What's going on?
I'm at a Rancid show, and that's the only thing I can do these days.
This is Jeff from that'sgoodenough.me.com. Everybody, let's give him a big Mickey Rickshaw. Fuck you.
Hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey,
not good. Not good.
Everything is just awful.
Yeah.
I'm currently stuck up in my bedroom. Downstairs, my wife's family is having their first Zoom reunion. Like about 14 of them I've never met before in my life, and it literally is about 3/4 of the people participating are the elderly trying to use Zoom.
Oh, nice.
Love it.
You can imagine how well that's going.
See if we can merge Kyle.
Well, it's funny 'cause when I was setting up my camera here, I didn't know how to get the video working, and Mike had to tell me what to do. Yeah. And I said myself that I felt like an 80-year-old person trying to figure out a cell phone for the first time. So
I love how old people look at phones like they just found one.
Yeah. It's like an alien technology.
And the video is always like this kind of.
Yeah.
So how you doing? How you doing, Jake?
You see me? Am I
keeping
on?
good?
Jake, I'll say this much. What's worse is when you have two elderly people both trying to get as close as possible and crowding each other. It's like some type of weird, like, elderly...
Literally butting heads.
Yeah. So how was
I don't know, though.
Did I ruin the interview there, Mike?
No. It was perfect timing because Mike was talking a bunch of just jack shit that I didn't.
Yeah, I was about to go over our stage plot next. But I guess for now we can we'll just move on, and we could go back to talking about powder if we want.
Powder?
Yeah. Oh, you missed a whole thing. We were doing a whole segment on powder.
Dude, I love powder, man.
Yeah. And
what's your name?
Smash fantasy drama from the 90s. Powder.
Yeah.
So moving on. That's good enough for me.com's mission statement is based on the slapstick song Punk Enough, kind of stating that you can like punk music and a lot of other kinds of music, and that's totally okay. So I've been asking everybody, what's the strangest thing that you've been listening to while stuck at home? Starting with you, Mike.
Oh.
Me, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you meant me, Mike, or Derek, Mike. That's why I was so fucking confused. And I was, anyway, so I've been listening to a lot of weird shit. I actually listen to a lot of weird shit in general. There's this Italian hip hop artist who's more of like a singer now named Ultimo. And I just fucking love his albums. So I've just been listening to a lot of Italian kind of hip hop stuff, I guess, as weird as that sounds.
That's crazy. That's gnarly.
It doesn't sound that weird. I think that's pretty cool. I like that.
Cool. Dooley, how about you, buddy?
I dabble in a lot. As far as over the quarantine goes, I really liked the new oh god, what's his name? Childish Gambino album. There was another album that came out, and his name is like Perfume Genius. I've been listening to that. It's like kind of like I don't know, kind of some just 90s like heavy alt rock kind of stuff. Like not like super heavy, like more like on the
Like this kind?
What kind?
Cool. Jake, how about you?
Oh, man. Hold on. I got lost. Jake walked in front of the mic, and I was staring at his sweatpants, and I got distracted. Actually, no, that pretty much. There's a few albums I've listened to, and that's about it.
That's cool.
I've been listening to a lot of relaxing diarrhea noises, courtesy of the guys on Call of Duty. And a lot of a song that's exclusively about cum.
All right. Okay, next. Moving on.
Hey, Tom.
Wait, let's go back
Tom,
to
what are you listening to?
Oh man, nothing like strange. I've been listening to like the same old shit I've listened to the past 10 years because creature of habit. I'm trying to think of anything like new and weird I've been listening to.
What, like Op Ivy and stuff?
No, I stick to the basics, Beastie Boys.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I listened to some Beastie Boys the other day too. Jim,
It's
it's
always
your
on my
turn.
playlist.
Dog, let me tell you, do I love Toby Keith.
It's terrible.
I fuck with some country music, man.
Your facial hair kind of explains that, I guess.
Yeah, I could wear my hat forwards if that helps.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Why did your head become half the size when your hat went forward?
Yes, this is Mickey Rickshaw. Say hello to Mickey Rickshaw.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, now go back downstairs to your family.
The
Shut
new
door.
Rotting Out album came out like it's so good, dude.
Bye.
I've been listening to a lot of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jeff, you get a turn, buddy.
Oh shit. So usually, like, I get to drive around a lot because I'm the only one who drives the car to take people to and fro. But we don't do a lot of driving now because of everything going on. So anytime I get in the car, I put on the song "Skeleton City" by Wolfric, who are from Edmonton. They're like a skate punk band, and I jam that song out because it's a very melodic song, and it's got a great sound to it. They go crazy. And then beyond that, my daughter has this Hatchimal Life game for her recently received iPad from her grandparents.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing the songs from that in my head, and it's kind of catchy.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, I mean, I listened to Into the Unknown on Frozen 2, all day as my daughter's watching it. And I'm working from home while my daughter's screaming and playing the same movies over and over again. And then when I'm finally alone, I'm like, I'm going to listen to Into the Unknown, fucking like go in my car and just sing it out because that's a killer fucking song. And I was doing a Kenny Loggins cover from the Footloose soundtrack, the I'm Free, Heaven Helps a Man or whatever. That song is like the absolute grossest I can get to like hitting my highest note while still being kind of able to hit it.
Let's hear it.
Let's go. Yeah, go.
Yeah, show me the high note.
Let's hear it.
Well, I'll share. I'm not the acoustics in this room just aren't, and I'm like not really wearing the right pants for it.
Hey, don't worry, Mikey. I'll make sure you edit this out when it goes live. Okay.
Start with.
Let's
No, I'm
all try that at the same time.
Okay,
All right.
ready?
3, 2, 1.
Those are some high notes.
So I'm gonna be taking a drink every time Jake's fucking.
They keep texting because they know it's falling down now.
Just turn it on silent.
Excellent, dude.
I can't turn it on.
Haven't you learned that? Haven't you learned that from the first time you went live?
I'm trying to find that video.
Tiger Ball.
No, the ringtone's off.
I'll be there. I have to. I have to go down and actually introduce myself to the family, like the 2,100 people. Once again, Mickey Rickshaw, thank you for hanging out with us. And don't give Mikey too much crap. He's awesome.
Is he?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You guys have a great time, and I hope to see you live sometime in the near future. We love you.
Thanks.
Love you.
See you, man.
Thank you.
All right, so moving on. Aside from weird musical interests, I've been asking everybody as they're a little stir crazy if their activities have changed, if they're doing any strange activities or duties. I'm like getting into like plant life and like gardening, and these are things that were the farthest apart from my interests 3 months ago, and now it's like the only thing I care about. So Mike, is there anything that you're working on that's very bizarre and out of character?
So I do a lot of different weird shit all the time anyway. I'm taking up spearfishing. And I don't know.
What?
As far as new things, yeah, spearfishing, that'll be the new one. And then I don't know, I've just been fishing a lot, spending a lot of time out on the water, sailing, and then just writing a ton of music. That's really just all I've been doing, writing music. And then go and ride my bike about 12 miles every few times a week, do a little lap around the island. I'm quarantined here in Rhode Island. Yeah.
Oh, and I guess that's a good question. Where is everybody located? I know you're all kind of on the coast, right?
Yeah, I'm in Newport, Rhode Island, and they're in Boston area-ish.
Yeah, we're all like Boston suburbs.
Well, Tom's out of work now, whatever, right? Jake, you've been out for a while. Dooley just went back. He was out for a couple months. I was out for a month.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was out for like 2 months, and I was making more money than I've ever made in my life through unemployment.
Yeah.
I sat on my couch for 2 fucking months and played video games, and I made more money than I've ever fucking seen ever. It's insane. Absolutely.
Well, that's great. With all that money, with your riches, Julie, it's your turn. Have you been doing anything bizarre or out of character?
Not so much, honestly. I've been just being very. I mean, life before this was pretty fucking hectic. Very all over the place. I live at home. My grandparents live here. I help take care of them. So between the band stuff and doing that and working, I was very nonstop. So I guess the most out of characteristic thing I've done is nothing. I've never had a time where I can just like sit and do absolutely nothing for so fucking long. And I don't know, it's been very strange. My body was kind of shocked at first. It was kind of giving me like some anxieties and stuff just because I felt like I needed to be doing something and wasn't. But then after like a month of sitting and playing video games, I got really used to it, and then I fucking loved it. And then I had to go back to work once I started like enjoying myself. And now my body's in shock again, and I'm back at work.
All right, Jim, your turn.
Oh shit. Holy shit! What was your question?
Look at his eyes.
Look at his eyes.
Not even looking around the camera.
Jim, you look stoned as shit.
Yeah, I am.
So that's what you've been up to. We can just move on.
Oh yeah.
So it sucks. I haven't been able to go to the gym now. Gyms have been closed for a couple months now, and they're not open until at least the end of June. So that's been a huge bummer. We haven't. I mean, none of the boys have gotten together. We haven't played music together for 2 months now. That's weird.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's when you just go to work, go home, sit. It's boring, but I guess it is what it is, right?
It's so interesting. I mean, like, and I've said this a couple of times, I feel guilty even complaining about my current situation, being stuck at home with a 3-year-old and my wife, because they're awesome. It's just my daughter doesn't stop. She doesn't nap. She's up for 14 hours straight, and she wants to be in charge during that 14 hours. But so I've been like, man, I would kill to have 8 hours to play a video game. But the situation
I played for 12 hours yesterday. The day before.
You should have got a cat instead of a kid.
That's true.
Yeah,
getting a kid.
It's weird.
They're very similar.
As much as I've always wanted to do nothing, it's weird to do nothing.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely
it felt good to go back to work after being out. And it was just like, it's fucking something to do. I'm not sleeping all day. I'm not. It is what it is.
It definitely felt kind of nice, like going in. I mean, as much as like the first day I woke up, my alarm went off, and I was like, "This is a joke. Like, there's no way I actually have to wake up right now." But then like going there and like, I mean, I get out fairly early anyways. The latest I work is 3, so like, it's really not that bad, and it's kind of nice to like use my body again. I'm a carpenter with Kyle, who's also in the band. Me and him work together, and like definitely nice like having to lift some stuff and actually do some physical work instead of just being a fucking blob.
Yeah, I can get that. Now, Jake, aside from mastering the Requiem for a Dream camera angle, what have you been up to? It's been.
I'm about to sneak up for a smoke. Not that.
Who just sneaks out for a smoke in the middle of? He'll just go and sneak out for a smoke.
Everybody's smoking in front. You've never. You haven't. I see. Oh my God! It's in the background. Oh God!
Okay, that was a big reaction.
But it's like you're doing that like wire camera angle.
It's. I'm just puffing up. I see everybody smoking cigarettes. It makes me want one, so here I am.
You should have just sit up outside or
Yeah,
just
that's a
walk
big issue I have is everybody smoking in the van.
God,
favorite thing to
I will
do.
say that I am happy to
the filter
have
over the
not
mug.
working. What?
So instead of slow drip through a machine, you just take the mug and you buy like a mesh filter to sit on top of the mug, and you put a filter in that.
What? Jake, are you
Where
having a
is this
stroke?
coming from?
Shut up and talk about something
toast?
else. We're done with that.
What are you talking about?
What the hell?
Where did that come from?
He has what I've been doing.
Oh, he did.
A half hour ago.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah. Talking.
What happened now?
Jake, are you connected to your Wi-Fi at your house?
Yeah.
Here, Jake.
Your phone's glitching out super bad
Yeah.
since you're outside of the signal.
Yeah, Jake. Jake, why don't you take 5? Why don't you take 5 there?
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't think
yeah.
it was gonna do that.
Yeah, that's all right.
wrong
Just go on mute, and then maybe just I guess go have a cigarette. I guess.
There we go.
What's wrong with them?
I don't know.
Jake.
What's
So-
wrong
so-
with them?
So
Hey.
I got a gripe that I know everyone shares. So every time we are leaving a rest stop, well, you know how it is when you're on tour. Rest stop is usually 20 minutes at tops. We're leaving, and we were always late somewhere, wherever we're going. We're just always late as a band. And then Jake, without fail, oh, hold on, I gotta go back in and take a shit. Every
No, there's
single
this-
time.
That guy just exists
Every
in every.
time.
That guy exists in every band. Honestly, if I could just get every band ever to tell me which guy in the band was the I just realized I have to take a dump guy.
Who is it? Who is it in your band? Who is it in your band?
Me. But in my pop punk band growing up, it was our singer. Like, yeah, no, and I can tell you, I mean, my bands aren't relevant or important, but I can tell you in every band I've ever played in who was to take a dump last minute, waste a break room.
It's unbelievable.
I want to say the Killigans are one of my favorite bands in the genre.
Thank you. I
all
appreciate
of them.
that very much.
Of all of them, because the genre is kind of a rough one. There's a lot of bands out there singing about St. Patrick's Day and Guinness, and it's like, ugh. And I like the Killigans because they write real music about real shit, and they're not out there singing about, I don't know, you know what I mean, plastic paddy stuff.
I'm sure they
Great
would
band.
appreciate that very much.
Great writing.
I like being in that band because I get to just play drums, and
Yeah.
I don't have to fuck around, you know. And those guys, their practice space is a detached garage in their mother's house, in the Besniak's mother's property. It was an old wood shop that they turned into a practice space. So when everything got really locked down, I was the only person in the band that was welcome to go to the practice space because I was the only guy that had an instrument there that I couldn't just play at home, you know.
What was
Yeah.
What was the biggest thing that you think might have been built in that wood shop?
I'm not sure. I mean, it was I think it was their grandfathers and their late fathers. So it's a historic.
Now you don't think they use it to like make like a Trojan horse kind of thing?
Perhaps. I don't know.
An arc.
I think the Besniaks are capable of anything, but you know, they let me go over there and play. They let me go over there and play drums, and I was just doing some like punk covers and stuff. But when I watched the footage that I was going to post on social media, I could see in my face how much stress I was like emitting out of my body to like hit the shit out of the drums, and it freaked me out. Frankly, I was like, I'm a lot more stressed than I thought I was.
Yeah, right.
Tom, what do you have any activities that are bizarre and out of character?
Well,
He's
I've
like the
always
most
made
boring
fun-
guy in the world. You're not going to get a good answer.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
I've been drinking a lot of milk.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of milk, chocolate milk, a lot of tater tots.
The milk is
No,
like
I've been
I'm just kidding. He's a really nice kid. He's not boring. He's just a joke.
no, like No, but for reals, milk is like fucking currency in my house because it's one of the only things my daughter drinks. I would kill to have a glass of milk, but if I have one, that means I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store again, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I love it. No, I've been making fun of my friends my whole life for fishing, and then yesterday I bought my fishing license.
Oh,
So that's
cool.
pretty out of character for me. So I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, dude, come down to Newport.
Yeah, I just got 2 new rods, so I'm ready to go.
Well, we got 2 new fish.
Oh,
Nice.
fuck yeah, bro.
Nice.
So I'm asking everybody to challenge other musicians to do a Zoom with me. If everybody could go around and nominate a person in the punkish community to do a Zoom meeting and tell me about their life, and starting with Mike.
No, I don't know.
Do Flatfoot. They are great conversation.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, don't steal mine.
I nominate Flatfoot.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, dude. That's all I had.
Here's the thing.
So there we go.
Why,
Mickey Rickshaw as a band has nominated Flatfoot as the Zoom with.
There you go. Yeah.
Here's why they would be great, because Tobin, you throw anything at him. You put our band with their band, and we just make the stupidest jokes to him, and he laughs, kind of looks at us, and then says something so wise that you kind of sober up, and you go, "Oh, yeah."
Thank you, sir.
No, they are the nicest people on the planet.
Yeah.
But also just great people to talk to. Like,
yeah,
really just great.
Well, there you go. That's the nomination right there. So Tobin, I'm gonna fucking message you, bro.
Oh no, I didn't. I am not talking about Tobin. He's an asshole. Anyone else but him in the band. The other guys.
Next segment, not necessarily nominating to do a Zoom with me, but I'm trying to do some shout outs to some cool bands that you are friends with or listen to that you think maybe not everybody else is aware of. So Mike, if you could go first there.
Cool bands. Let me try to think. That's a tough one that everyone's not aware of that I think should be aware of. Who have I listened to lately? Okay, I can't say 610. I just talked about Flatfoot. Get back to me on that. I'm gonna do last. I'm gonna go last.
Okay. Dooley, you're next, bro.
Well, I'm gonna push it to my jam space, Billerica jam space roots, and I'm gonna mention my buddies in the Natural Disasters. They go by the Natty D's now. They're from Lowell. They're rocking and rolling, fucking bunch of badass guys. And my other buddy's band, Idle Pilot, they're like a kind of a dark, mathy, kind of cool, I don't know, like kind of 90s, like Pixies-ish almost. Good band, worth checking out.
Cool. Tom, your turn.
All right, well, I got one for you, Glacier.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah. And then the Union Boys, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Gotta throw us in there.
I was gonna say that.
Well, too bad. And then my buddy's band from Virginia, Talk Me Off. They're real good. They're just fast punk.
Rad. Okay.
Good stuff.
Jake, you go.
Oh, me? Well, I don't have any friends, but
Yeah, we're decently friends.
no, my buddies from my hometown play kind of like a bluesy funk rock kind of nuts. I've always thought that their guitarist Quincy is wicked fucking good. The band's called the Quins. My buddy Quincy plays guitar for him. He's a fucking brutally talented guitarist, and anything he puts out, the guitar work on it is insane. So check them out if you haven't heard them. And since I don't have any other friends ever, Obrant Paz from Catalonia, Spain. They're fucking unreal, and I don't think I know many people that have heard of them, but it's just, if you like Celtic rock, there's some similarity there, I guess, but they're punky and fast, and they got weird instrumentation and everything, and they're just really good at what they
Yeah,
do.
Obrint Pas is definitely cool. I would call it the Catalonian version of Celtic punk.
Yeah.
And it came up because I was hanging out with my friend who's from Lleida, Spain, which is like near Barcelona. And I was showing her my music. She was like, "Oh yeah, we have this in Spain." And I was like, "Really?" And she showed me Obrint Pas. And I was like, "Oh, it's the same thing. It's fucking great."
Yeah, sick band.
Hell yeah.
And then Talco from Italy. Talco's really good. Talco. And then Smoky Bastard out of the UK. That's it.
Cool. Jim?
I had to think about it, and I feel like everybody should listen to the Yellow Stitches.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
for sure, yeah.
Manchester, New
Absolutely.
Hampshire. The
Cool.
best oi around.
Oh,
Fast,
man.
violent.
Violent.
Cool.
Love it, dude.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say,
everybody should listen to the Yellow Stitches. What a great band.
Rad, okay. I'm going to say Dummy Head Torpedo, and they're from Omaha. They're 45 minutes away from me. But they, you know, those bands you see live all the time, and then when you look for their music, you never find anything that actually captures how awesome that live show was. Well, they just captured it, and they have it, and they were going to release it, but they haven't, because they don't know exactly how to do a release without a show or since everything's locked down. So look out for Dummy Head Torpedo in the next.
Fun. That's going to be real hard for bands right now, especially bands up and coming, and people just getting their foot in the door and not being able to do anything, not being able to go shows or get on shows or.
Well, episode 1 of the Who's Zoomin' Who, I talked to Pears. On episode 2, I talked to this guy Greg that's in this band called Apathy Cycle. This
I know them.
political punkscape band.
They're from LA, right? Or somewhere in California.
Yeah. So both of those bands that I mentioned, Pears and Apathy Cycle, both put out records, and both of their tours were completely shut down. Yeah. And Pears was able to get their record is perfect, and they were able to get it out in time to play some shows and really get some traction, a lot of listeners. But Apathy Cycle doesn't know what to do with their new record. It's a great record, but they don't know how to get it to any new listeners.
Yeah.
It's not something cheap that you can sit on,
So right now we're going to be out of shows for a while, like a long time. Now is the time that you should be just putting out music on the internet. I think if you have music, put it up, get it out there. Now is the time when everyone's listening. Now is the time you can actually put out an album and get attention. I mean, if you think about it, the music industry changes so often. I mean, the reason why we think like 12 songs is good for a record is from when vinyl records became popular in the 60s. But I think like now the music industry, it takes a huge shift every time something else happens. CDs, cassettes, like every time that happens, artists start releasing things differently. And I think this is going to do that. We are so past the CD age. We're in purely a digital age. And I think that artists and bands, whatever, should be putting out stuff more often. You have to put out more often. Like the term content is like the most overused word of like, the past 5 years, but it's so true. Now's the time you need to just be putting shit out there because there's so much going out there.
Yeah.
So I think they should just release online if they have it, rather than wait a year and a half, not a year and a half, but wait a long time to have a show for the record, Plus, there's going to be so many welcome back shows anyway that I wouldn't worry about people not buying the record because of that.
There'll be a good boom in the punk scene coming up.
Oh, for sure.
Live shows will be big again.
And like a lot of people go out to all the friends that you text and you're like, hey, come to the show on Saturday. And they're like, yeah, totally. And they don't show up. They might show up because they've been stuck in their houses forever. So
probably not, but
right.
They still
won't, but they like the freedom to choose to not show up to your show. So, that's nice. Something we did recently that we actually saw an uptick in new listeners and traffic to Mickey Rickshaw pages and stuff like that was try to have your singer join a bigger, more well-known band,
Yeah.
and that'll it draws a lot of people in. Upticks on every front.
Yeah,
Whether it be
yeah. So we're
terrific.
trying that method for other people. So we're gonna have like Jimmy become like the new singer of the Dropkick Murphys, and then Tom was gonna become the singer of Flogging Molly, and then Jake was gonna take over for the Pogues. And if you can do
These
that,
all real band names.
And what was I going to be in? What was I going to be in? The Deftones?
what? So, Dooley, you cut out. What did you say?
And you've been making fun of me for being fat and listening to the Deftones.
I don't know why you have to always bring race into it.
That
You
is
know,
a
like
race.
we're just having a conversation here. We're just kind of, and you're insulting me. First of all, I'm only half Jewish, and you're saying really anti-Semitic things toward me. And honestly, I just feel really
I'm
uncomfortable.
Jewish too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm more concerned. This is the
Kinda.
first time. This is the first time in my Zoom meetings that somebody's actually used the Deftones card, and that's I don't know. It's a little racy.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know what? Is this one of those sections we can cut out for the?
I mean,
for the
This one digs a little too deep. for
Actually,
me,
you know
so-
what? I would like to transition a little bit. I have a riddle that I want to share. Is that okay?
Oh God.
All right.
I want to share a riddle with the internet.
It's my favorite riddle.
Great.
Can I mute him somehow?
6 or 7 guys call me Steven, and I'm oftentimes found in the wind. Just when you think I should be leaving, I really should be let in. What am I?
I'm out.
Leave your answers in the comments.
That's a question directly to you, Mikey.
Oh, I'm not going to answer a riddle right now, dude. I drank
No,
like
you
4
do.
Trulies.
Answer it.
I made it up because I hate riddles, and I hate people's fucking confidence when they tell a riddle. It's the most annoying fucking thing on the planet.
They're pretentious.
It's a
You got the
hubris.
Riddles are pretentious.
The hubris that
definitely got
overcomes
the, like-
the riddle teller.
You got the vocal tone right. You have
Yeah,
to talk
people-
like the. You have to talk like the guy on Jurassic Park, Nedry, the guy that was like stealing all that shit.
Dennis
Yo,
Nedry.
hold on.
Julie's spirit animal, Dennis Nedry.
I
That is
literally
Guillermo.
just watched fucking
Yeah.
Jurassic Park before I got in the Zoom meeting. I just watched Jurassic Park today before
Yeah,
I
I
got
know.
in the Zoom meeting. It ended 5 minutes before I got on the fucking meeting. That's wild that you brought up fucking.
Oh no!
No,
That's as crazy
you
as the
watched
Route
it.
2 sniper. Am I right,
It's a-
Mike?
It is a great fucking movie. That is,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorites. It's in my top 5, top notch, fucking grade A Spielberg film.
That's
Awesome
why it was.
fucking movie.
That's why it was
10 out of
done.
10 in that movie.
You want to hear something bonkers?
You never seen it?
Never seen it.
Watch it!
That doesn't
What are you
surprise me.
fucking crazy? Watch Jurassic Park, dude.
It
I don't think he has
doesn't
any
surprise
free
me.
time.
Mind blowing.
Jimmy
We just
was
had to show
born-
Jimmy Star
Jimmy
Wars.
was born in the year 2004, so it's like before his time.
Yeah, right.
I'm the young buck.
I was talking to we were having a full Killigan's discussion about movies once in our van, and I found out that I'm one of like 2 people that have ever seen the movie Titanic in that band.
Really?
Just never watched it ever.
Really?
Those are the first boobs I've ever seen in my life.
Same.
Yeah, I was like, do you guys
Same.
not care about boobs?
I feel like that's
Yeah,
not
it's
true.
magical moment. This is the only movie you can watch and get away with seeing boobs.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna give this out. I'm gonna give the rest of this to you. What are we looking at for the future of Mickey Rickshaw?
So we're writing new music. We've got some new shit. I don't know when it's going to be coming out. And then all our shows got canceled, so we literally have nothing booked. But I don't know. As soon as we get the green light, we're going to.
Jake, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So Jake, I need you to know that the mic on your phone, it picks up. It makes little noises when you go and bop your phone around like a little cat playing with a nip. We can all hear it, and it's being recorded.
So he's got to grab his little blankie.
I think just for yeah. What are you 1920? Never mind.
It looks
Yeah.
dirty.
Go ahead. Go
A nine-
ahead, Mike.
Some old illness that we don't have anymore. 1920s blank illness patient.
Polio's not
No, we have a
offensive.
new illness.
Yeah.
What- he's sitting. Can you make polio jokes these days? I don't know. I don't know.
It's a touchy subject right now.
Oh, imagine how fucked up life would be if we all remembered nursing.
Never look at your mom in the eyes again.
There's kids out there that get breastfed until they're like 5.
There's kids out there that get breastfed until they're like 13. I watched a fucking. It was like a Maury episode.
No, my brother was.
I watched
breastfed
some weird
till he was
porn on
22.
it. I don't know. It was weird.
I'm doing an interview. God. My brother was breastfed till he was 25.